to see what exactly we have to deal with the regular layout to the world. What world are we going to start on, Maz?
We're starting at World 7, yes. So the pipe maze all ready for these runners to start out with, and we see a divergence of paths off the bat as Goku is into 4-3 right now, and Amourietta is in 2-2.
Yeah, so this is going to be part of what makes this first world tick, is figure out what pipe takes you on over towards the other side. And we do see stars aplenty for both of these runners. 2-2's an annoying stage if you can't get the timing right as far as like the speed run strats are concerned, like the ones you will see from Mitch Flower Power and whatnot. But Amourietta through 2-2, Goku is still making his way through 4-3, but gets bounced off the wood block and falling off.
Oh, man, that's a tough death to take there. And unfortunately for Amourietta, she is locked from that pipe. So Goku, it turns out, made the right decision on going for panel 1. But yeah, that death is going to set him the wrong way. That's a very tough break there for Goku.
Yeah, Goku is going to go through 2-2 now, and after taking that death. And this could come to a really, really quick race, or a really bad or really elongated race here. So we do see what apparently is a forced path through 4-3, Amourietta getting hit by the hammer.
Normally you see those sledgehammer bros here, but we've got all the enemies shuffled here, and this time it's just regular hammer brothers, and this time despawn the hammer brother there. That was interesting.
Sometimes he likes to just go ahead and go right clip through the blocks and whatnot. So we're going to find out where this pipe goes after getting done with 4-3, and maybe it's a quick path to the end of this world. That's what these runners like. They don't want to deal with World 7.
Yeah, because you have 9 levels, you have 2 forts, you have 2 piranha stages. Yeah, there's just a lot of things that can go absolutely wrong here in World 7.
7-4 turns out to be 3-7. Cheap. Why?
Well, that's a tough one to take there, and Amourietta is now going to take that pipe. Yeah, World 3-8 is not a pleasant level, especially when you have the vanilla boss bass there.
Yeah, 3-8, not 3-7. I get those two confused often, but nonetheless, this is not a fun one when you have a boss bass in it, but this one does not. Just gotta have to be careful. The cheap, no! Yeah.
Oh, another death for Goku. He's down to just 1 extra life. There is a life at 0 in this game, but you lose a life at life 0, it's game over, and you lose all your progress.
Well, at this point for Goku, right now, it's not a lot of progress, but just gotta have to take it easy. And I don't know why Goku's trying to make it through this. Just hit the P-switch and turn those into the coins at this point would be the best route. There we go.
As Amourietta clears 3-8 and completes her hand for the 1-up. You want to see these runners try to avoid getting 3 of a kind if all possible, unless they're low on lives. We have 6-1 now for Amourietta. And our first sighting of Boss Bass.
Yes, such a wonderful thing to see, and this is not necessarily one of those fun levels you want to see him in, but the stars are going to make it a little easier to deal with him as Goku, gets swallowed up by the fish. Fish no go hungry today. Goku's going to have to be careful now, down to the last life. And I wouldn't be surprised, actually I am surprised, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Goku played with the Spade game to maybe try to get some extra lives. And it looks like Goku might be on the path, but the problem is Goku's been on the path, but the deaths have just kept Amourietta right against him. This is not a place to die. Watch out for the blooper.
Yeah, both runners are now in 3-5, and yeah, this is there actually is a hidden pipe in 3-5 that I actually didn't know about, Rick, but I think you need the frog suit to gain access to it. Yep,
you do. It's that one that he just passed right there. You have to swim into it as a frog suit. Don't get hit. Don't get killed. No! And that's going to be a game over for Goku. Back to the start.
That is not a game over you can afford to take and get someone like Amourietta there. Oh, that right at the pipe, too. And he would have gotten that 1-up completing his hand, but, brutal.
Amourietta is going to be through, and we'll go ahead and see where this comes out. At this point, it's going to have to come out onto the path that would be required. But just a tough early World 7.
Yeah, I believe you can get it without the frog suit if you find a way to despawn the bubbles. I think it's kind of like the pipe in 4-4, where there's a way you can, if you go far enough in the stage, you can despawn the bubbles.
We have one of our lost levels showing up right here, as just gotta dodge all of everything that's coming your way. And complete through it, amourietta. Now gonna go ahead and complete the 1-up, get the bonus life out of this.
Yeah, knowing amourietta's skill level, Rick, I don't think we're going to see her get 3 of a kind, but we are going to see her play the end card game. Those prizes can be anything. Oh, a match right off the top. 2 matches right off the top. Ooh.
Almost 3 matches off the top, and they were the same amount. Oh, well. No, okay. Well, let's see what we get in our inventory.
Oh,
2
flowers.
hammers for the flowers. And those are nice to get because they break open the locks here in the middle of the group stage.
Yeah, so we're looking to get flowers here for the end card game, as amourietta is now in 6F3, also known as the Carpet Fort.
There's no carpet here. There's no welcome mat. It's just nothing but unbearable fun and excitement as you get killed by everything and anything.
Speaking of fun, these random hotfoots are fun, but amourietta still has a good chance to complete this level here as long as Boom Boom cooperates, and good fight there for amourietta. Back to 3-5 now for Goku.
It's Lemmy's welcome mat is more than anything else when you play the game normally. So we've got 2 more pipes here. One of them is going to take you where you need to go. The other one's going to take you to that lock, and it doesn't really matter because we do have hammers. And we do see another Sky World here showing up.
This would be 5-4 for amourietta here, as she's going to have to be very careful that she doesn't fall off those spinning logs there. Goku have to be very careful that Nanny Blooper, but runs into the Gelectros there, and back to the start of that level he goes.
I still don't see anything welcome mat about that level.
Now Goku back to 6-1. Gonna try to complete, but he mistimes his jump and gets stomped by the Koopa Troopa there.
Yeah, we do see 2-3 coming up. One of those levels where Fred has to put in Koopas in order to make the level beatable. Oh, this is not a great... Oh, really, Fred? That's a great place for that.
Oh, speaking of great places, oh, man. This is brutal. I hope this... Yeah, I was going to say, I hope that Koopa takes out that Piranha. This is going to be big trouble for amourietta, but thank goodness that Koopa's strong enough to take down that spiky throwing ball that those piranhas are trying to juggle. Oh, and another death, another
Goku
game over.
Going back to start again. World 7 not treating Goku very, very well. And this is not necessarily a start that makes you feel happy at this point. You start to feel kind of tilted, and really not much you can do about it at this point. You have to go through these levels.
And amourietta went into the mushroom house and picked up a fire flower and is now in door 6 for 3F1.
The door fort.
Yeah, the ultimate game of let's make a deal. 9 doors. I still want to see Fred randomize those doors for future randomizers. That would be sick.
Goku ending up just falling off the edge there in 2-2. We're seeing a difference on the abilities of both of these runners at this point, and it's unfortunate to see, but it's allowing amourietta to gain up a pretty sizable lead at this point. We'll go ahead and see what the prize is at the end of this Piranha stage.
Bounces through the music notes with ease, and the treasure chest holds a music box. How vanilla? Well, sort of. Half vanilla.
Another end spade game, and knowing that the flowers are going to be your reward for the hammer, you're going to try to see amourietta complete some of those. And look at the matching goal. We can look at our inventory. We see a cloud as one of the prizes as well.
Ooh, very, very nice. And we have the World 7 airship at the end of World 7. Chat, you know what to do about this.
Laws.
You should have saw the race I was doing yesterday. I'm like, my commentator partner Cyclone says, "Let's see those 4-letter names in chat," and I'm rambling off other 4-letter names like Bill, Paul, John, and things like that.
I don't know who you're asking me to say.
We've got our normal Earthquake Ludwig von Koopa here. 2 hits, 3, so it's a standard bloody fight. Amourietta takes down World 1.
I'm surprised that Goku hasn't gone up to the top, but gets through there fine, but down to 1 life. You'd have to wonder what Goku's going to do if this race goes deep into it, and he's still struggling to get out of level worlds.
Yeah, we will see. Now, Amourietta will get a letter, but because it's World 7, it'll be a letter from Bowser, so she will not get an extra item to add to her inventory.
No one is authorized to kidnap the princess except for me. Sincerely, Koopa. Bowser, King of the Koopas. We end up in World 4 for our next destination here, and with the hammers in our Amouretta's arsenal here, knowing that we're getting some off the end spade game, we're going to go ahead, break open a lock here. Totally makes sense. Don't die! There we go, we'll get a 1-up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Even though he's got the star power, you actually can still get swallowed up by Boss Bass.
A World 4-4 in World 4.
Well, at least they're in the other position. This is 4F2 in 4F1 slot, so it's a halfway Fred at this point.
It's still a Fred, though.
Yeah, half Fred. And Amourietta makes quick work.
So free?
Free. Yeah, it's free, all right. 4F2 is a lot more free than 4F1, that's for sure. Next up is panel 4, and it's... Hey, look at this! Another World 4, Destination World 4. This one's 4-2.
At least it's without a Boss Bass inside there. The Cheep just playing nice at this point, leaving Amourietta alone, takes up the star. Goku trying to get through this world at this point. Needs 80,000 in order to trigger the end spade game. And Amourietta claiming another 1-up. Don't die to the blooper. Get up there. Swim, 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 swim. Get to the pipe. There we go.
Nice job for Goku. So he's done with 3-5. And Amourietta will take her shot at the Hammer Bros here. They're the regular type. Better than the fire type for sure. And gets a star out of it.
Not necessarily what Amourietta wanted from the Hammer Bro. Looking to get more clouds, looking to get more hammers at this point.
Try this Hammer Brother out here, and Goku finds the World 5 beta stage here, and down go the Hammer Brothers, gets a Fire Flower power-up, and also a P-Wing.
Ooh, just to defeat the Koopa, thank goodness.
Amourietta opting for panel 5. Wait just a minute here. Wait a minute. This is 4-5 and 4-5 spot. Is this even randomized?
4F2 at 4F1. 4-2 at 4-4. 4-5 at 4-5. I question a few of these things right now, Law.
I swear, if it's World 4's airship at 4, and if it's 4F1 and 4F2 spot, oh, and Goku gets swamped at the carpet fort. He'll have to try it again.
Goku nearing what he needs to get an end spade game trigger. Oh! It would be nice if you could maybe get into one of those. I would at this point just play the end spade game just to try to see if you can't get yourself extra lives at this point. Takes the death by the Potapoo again.
And the Disco Waffles will spell another game over, and instead of a 4, we actually have the Super Tanks at 4F2 spot.
This doesn't look like 4F1.
Not even close. It's air tanks or the super tanks, which is what you see in World 8. Oh, by the way, there was a Jugum cloud for amourietta behind that coin ship, so she's already sitting pretty with her inventory right now, but now she's going to play the end card game. She's going to finish up her last 4 pairs. 10 is on the top, of course.
This is going to complete the game right here. Guaranteed. There we go. Completes the end spade game, takes a look at the inventory, gets another music box, get another fire flower. We've got our inventory completely stocked and ready to go. And we're in which fortress? What airship?
This is the World 6 airship, but even though it's the World 6 airship, because it's World 4, she's still going to fight off against Iggy Koopa. And Iggy Koopa, a lot of people don't like Iggy because he has what people consider the wonkiest hitbox of all 7 Koopalings.
At least it's not Lemmy. Oh, it's an earthquake Lemmy. It's an earthquake one too.
Yeah, Iggy with 3 hits. That's a 3-hit Iggy Earthquake Koopa. So 2 Koopalings, 2 earthquakes. Man, Goku just having no luck here in World 7 as he takes yet another death in 3-8. And let's see what the prize is going to be for amourietta and Peach's letter. It is going to be a fire flower.
And we're going to see a quick World 1 coming up right here. And Goku and that Cheep Cheep have met up with each other 3 times now.
Yeah, that is not like what you want to see here. And we have the pyramid stage on amourietta's side.
And getting hit. I think that's the Koopa that hit this time around. And Goku taking another game over at this point is having such a hard time getting out of this World 4. And this is one of those things where you might have to maybe just play the game more of a less speed run, the more casual, just slow yourself down. But Goku just not having any of this at this point.
Absolutely, and he seems to be very tilted right now as he has continued his game at this point, which he now has. And we have 3-2 now on amourietta's side.
Just gotta calm yourself down, gotta get yourself back and going at this. And, you know, I speak of a person who ended up having issues myself when I ended up playing this in last year's tournament. You know, this can be a tough game to try to speedrun if you don't have comfort making the jumps like you see that some runners end up doing.
Yeah, the big beefy sledgehammer bros. Amourietta takes them down with the fire flower and gets another star.
Alright, on to this airship here in World 1, and we end up getting, I believe this is World 2's airship, isn't it?
World 3's airship. This is normally where Wendy O. Koopa resides, but it's going to be Lemmy Cheatsy, or not Lemmy, Larry Cheatsy Koopa.
Ah, yeah, that's right. This is World 3. I see it now. There we go. I see the recognition here. Here we go. And Goku's, come on, there. Slays the Cheep Cheep this time around. Be careful of the Koopa. Oh, come on. That Cheep Cheep respawned.
And amourietta takes down Larry Koopa there. Combination of stomping and firing him to death. So it was at least 3 HP, but it might have been more than that. I mean, good combination kill there for amourietta, and she is done with World 3. And another fire flower. I guess she's got a lot of flowers in her little stock, does Princess Toadstool. And next up, it's 3-6 for amourietta. And Goku just having all sorts of problems with those cheeps in 3-8, down to his last life again.
It's because he's, at this point, seems like he's trying to go way too fast. And this is not a world where you want to take it kind of fast. You got to slow down just a little bit in order to let the enemies, clear the enemies. There we go. We get through 3-8. Down to no lives, though.
Yep, and amourietta now has discovered, well, it's 7-4, which is normally a pain in the neck, but with the auto-scrollers turned off, Rick, for the most part, 7-4, much more tolerable. Goku has 2 mushrooms. If he can get a 3rd mushroom, and he, assuming he completes this stage, look out. He can get 2 1-ups there.
Hell, the 1-ups could be really nice. And this, I believe, does have a 1-up hidden somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where. I think it's near where the pipes are. Goku's going to get through this, so Goku is going to pick up a 1-up as a result. Goku just needs to slow down just a little bit. Does get the star, unfortunately, as the end spade game comes up for amourietta. And let's give Goku a little bit of energy here. This can't be really easy at this kind of stage. This is your first tournament match. Now, one thing I would do if I was Goku with 1 life in my reserve is go to that mushroom house, get the free item, there we go, and that way you have yourself a little bit of backup, knowing what you've got coming up in your next stage. And, well, of course it's a frog suit, but, you know, it's a power-up.
Yeah, and amourietta got 1 match in the end card game, but it was a star, which, of course, are the music boxes, which are really not going to be as useful because we've already gotten past through the stage where it's usually given the most use, and that's World 7.
Now, Goku knows that if he runs through this level fast, he will get through this level. There we go. So he's not worried about it here. Just don't get hit by Lakitu. If you really wanted to play around, you could get Lakitu to spawn enough Spinies onto the screen, and when you hit the block, that way you would have the extra lives. But we'll see what Goku does. Looks like he's going to fire up the big old frog suit here to at least get him through some of this. This gives him at least 2 power-ups. Oh, whoa! Got stuck there at the end of the trampoline, or the end of the,
Yeah, the conveyor belts.
The conveyor belt, that's it. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, and we now have 5-2, amourietta taking the top path. Of course, you want to take the top path because not only is the bottom path slower, it's 1,000 times more difficult. Amourietta completes 5-2, completes her hand, has 9 extra lives.
All right, come on, Goku, get through this. This will at least help you out some. As there's the boom boom. Come on, that's 1, that's 2, 5. Oh, no. Please don't get hit. Yes, there we go.
All right, that fort is completed.
1-5, by the way, for Am.
Yep, 1-5, which has a coin heaven, but unfortunately, because coin heaven's auto scrollers are still on,
go to the end spade game. Go to the end spade game.
Not going to the end spade game. Instead, going to take out the first Piranha stage here. And that is no problem for amourietta, done with 1-5 now. She is currently in World 2. And going to take panel 4. Oh, and this is 4-6. With Boss Bass.
Yeah, Boss Bass, and I'm surprised Goku is not going to the end spade game at this point. And good to move here from amourietta here in this 4-6, as Goku does take the death. But this time, because he beat the 4, he would be able to bypass some of that stuff that we've seen earlier.
You are correct on that, because that lock stays unlocked even when you take a game over, but amourietta succumbs to the Koopa Troopa in 4-6, so decision time. Yeah,
we're going to 2-5 at this point. We're going to 2-5, and we're going to like it.
Yep, and down go the Hammer Brothers, and another star. Man, how many stars is that?
Enough stars, because we're going to have another fight. We're going to have a forced Hammer Bro now.
Oh, and it's fire!
It's a Fire Bro!
Oh, hitboxes, please! I thought that was a good, solid hit, and amourietta is trapped.
Yeah, that fire bro is going to be on top of Amourietta until you finish off the stage. You get a cloud for that, which is a good reward here.
All right, that is definitely worth it for amourietta. Now, going to use the fire flower, going to go for panel 5, and it's going to be 5/5.
Yep, you could get yourself, I believe, a Tanuki suit if you wanted to open up the blocks, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. And another death here for Goku, having some issues with the 2-2, trying to walk his way back around, unfortunately. Death to the Goomba, and I think at this point Goku has thrown in the towel. Has decided that enough was enough, and bashed my head in enough. Oh, can we get mac and cheese? No.
Yep, 7-6 is one of the 2 levels where you can try to do a block clip to skip most of it. 7-6 you can also skip through it if you equip the P-Wing. Can't do that in 7-1, but you can do it on 7-6. I'm having a little bit of trouble here, and
We finally get it.
Does get the clip. Now, I recently came up with a new nickname for 5/5. It's Homer's Dream. Because of all the donuts. Anyways, let's go to World 1's airship.
Also, please let's give a little bit of love here for gokubatfatman here, because it's tough. If you're new to the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, it can be really tough, especially when you get a really rough array. And World 7 is not a fun world to start off with. And given some of the levels we end up seeing, we saw Amourietta having some issues with these levels too. And sometimes the best is to slow things down. But, you know, Goku gave it his best here, and let's give him a GG.
Absolutely. I mean, when you start with a very difficult world like World 7 or World 5, and you're given really difficult levels to start off with, it can be very demoralizing. We've seen that a few times happen already in the tournament. We don't like seeing it happen, but unfortunately, it is a big part of Super Mario Bros. 3 Rando. So amourietta, with that, she will go to 6-0, provided she does complete the seed. And right now, she seems to be in cruise control after a little bit of a shaky start. Ooh, and we have another beta stage here, Rick. This is the 5-3 beta. That backwards moving cheap. What the heck does that black cheap think he is? Michael Jackson?
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye while I was trying to take care of things on the broadcast end, and just saw it. That was weird.
That was very weird. I've never seen that. Yeah, 7-2, which is incidentally the last world in the vanilla game where you can get a white mushroom house, but it is easily the toughest level to do so because you have to have the frog suit to hit the P switch and grab all of the coins. So if this was a 100% run, we have an angry son. Amourietta done with 7-2. Next up is going to be panel 3, which is going to be 5-6.
Yeah, this is the one where you've got to take it easy sometimes. So the concern with these things here, you don't want to despawn your platforms here, but when you have the tail that makes it so you can at least slow down your downward movement, it's a little easier, as we see Amourietta making quick work of that. So Amourietta does have to finish off this race in order to get credit for the win. And again, it's just unfortunate we started off with World 7 here.
Next up is going to be 6F1 for amourietta, but mistimes that jump and will lose her tail to the Potobos.
And because I lost the tail means that Amoretta's going to probably just take this for the ride completely through, as opposed to the normal try of just getting onto the spikes and letting yourself get damaged hit twice to be able to move on. And we're going to quickly see Amoretta at least try to get to Boom Boom with the star, but unfortunately that turns out to be a fire flower as opposed to a star, so no quick kill of the Boom Boom, no upside down question block or question mark thing.
That's right, because when you take down Boom Boom with the star, yeah, the orb, the question mark on the orb is upside down, which looks pretty darn cool. Another coin shift for amourietta. Got to grab as many coins as she possibly can while retaining her speed, and we'll find out what we have behind these two Boomerang brothers. The chest contains another star. Would you believe it?
Yes, I would believe it.
I would too.
And this isn't Super Mario World. This isn't an orb.
Yeah, but people still like to call them orbs anyway. I get that.
This isn't games done quick. Not everything is an orb.
Right. This isn't games done quick. You're right about that. But we're still trying to complete the race as quick as we can. And uh-oh, this would be 6-5 for amourietta.
With an angry sun.
At least she can despawn it by going into a pipe, and will get her raccoon tail here.
This is another level that has got a forced Koopa in it because, well, you do not want to end up killing off your chance of being able to beat the level in case there's something nasty down there at the bottom, but there turns out just to be another Koopa, so you could have just flown right up and not have to worry about it.
Yep, it's easy to play this game backwards, Rick, but yeah, you're always going to grab that shell because more often than not, there's going to be some kind of nasty enemy up there. But yeah, very nice, pleasant enemy set for 6-5 this time around.
And you can tell that Amoretta is very happy with what she has in her arsenal because she's not bothering with the end-spade game anymore. Oh! Didn't get the P speed. Just pulled up just before the P got activated, and it is up getting hit. Now we're going to... Are we going to see the cloud? Yeah, we're going to see the cloud straight to 3-8. What do we got inside here? Well, this is not a bad level to have a P-Wing on.
6-2. Yeah, not a bad level at all, because you have those goofy fire chomps trying to take you down, and with the P-Wing, this is going to be no problem for amourietta.
And with that, plus a little bit of speed, and we get ourselves to the pipe. That's the most important thing. Got to beat this level, otherwise you're back across that platform. The bridge is...
Yep, that's right, and amourietta will get another star here, so I want to be a little bit careful. Of course, at this case... At this case, amourietta is just trying to get that average as low as she possibly can. She still wants to beat it as fast as she can because average time does mean a lot when it comes to getting seeded.
All right, let's see what we have at 3-9, and we have ourselves... Hi there, buddy!
This would be 6-8.
There's the H. Can we get some H's in chat?
Yep, that's how you always know it's 6-8 when you see that capital H. The small h is 3-9.
Here you see Amourietta pulling up her speed before hitting the card because with 2 stars on there, 8 lives in her arsenal, did not need to get the 5 up, so goes and settles for the 1 up to get 9 lives. Is Amourietta a cat?
Is Amor what?
Is Amourietta a cat?
Maybe. I really have no idea.
She's got 9 lives, Laz!
Oh! Yes, in that case she would be a cat, because she does have 9 extra lives. This was World 4's...
Whoa, 1 HP, Wendy!
Wendy did not have her Baconators this seed. She opted for the side salad instead. Couldn't have asked for a better Wendy fight there than what amourietta just got.
And the king obviously wants some bologna.
Or hot dogs, or bacon, or whatever other products that Oscar Mayer makes, and we have...
Bacon is a different game.
I get that bacon is a different game, but Oscar Mayer does make bacon.
Yes, but we're not trying to create bacon here. That was a nice pipe, by the way.
Oh, yes, indeed. And we have World 6 at World 6. Well, chat, you know what to do about that. Again, what a timely time for amourietta to equip a leaf, because this is 7-8.
One of the most disgusting levels to begin a game with. We're going to go down here, see what we get inside of the big block. Haven't seen any hammer suits yet. Oh, we're just going to use it to skip. I thought we were going to actually go and see what was underneath that big block there. I was going to say we haven't seen any hammer suits yet.
Now, we haven't seen any hammer suits yet, that is for sure. But yeah, amourietta just wanted to take the shortcut. By doing so, she was able to despawn that angry sun. Good play by amourietta. And next up, we have 7-9, the maze.
And we have Paragoomba, the mushroom taker.
Yeah, down to Small Mario. I think she was thinking about taking an intentional death there, but it looks like she's going to play through it now. Or is she?
Yeah, there it is.
So amourietta will opt for panel 6 instead, and she's hoping, well, these Hammer Brothers don't want to stop moving. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, hi there.
We have the 3-9 beta for amourietta. I've never seen the Hammer Brothers march like that for so long. We're going to hire them to be in the next Super Mario Brothers Mushroom Kingdom band here, because they were doing a really good job marching across those two panels, and amourietta's done with that level.
I would hate to be an any percent runner with that kind of RNG on the Hammer Bro. That would be very, very awful way to lose a PB attempt.
Oh, absolutely. So let's...
Hey!
I guess this Hammer Brother had enough marching, so he did the suicidal trick, and it's another star! What is going on here? And what do you know? Something that's not a star. A hammer. That'll help her out. All right, and next up...
The fun police are after us.
Yes, the fun police from Dragon Warrior. Yeah, the fun police. Super. This is 5-8 now for amourietta.
Nice pulling up of her speed in order to prevent her from taking... Oh, who's got spiny?
Got sniped by Lakitu's spiny right there. Bad luck there for amourietta, and I wouldn't be surprised. Well, she's going to use a leaf. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if she used the hammer, but she's going to go ahead and save that. Save it for 8, probably.
Yeah, she wants to save them for World 8. What other world have we not seen yet?
5 will be the last
World
one.
5. So she wants to save one for World 5 because that does save you 2 levels, and save them for World 8 as well.
So she needed every bit of that leaf power up, and will be able to avoid the 3 of a kind and move up to 8 extra lives with that one up.
And we end up with 7F1 for our second fort here in World 6. We're not interested in getting coins. We're interested in getting ourselves a flying device to allow us to be able to go to the top of this.
That's right, Rick. There's always going to be a Tanuki suit here because it is a sanity check. You have to have some kind of flying mechanism to get to that pipe. Now, this fort, I have affectionately called it Fort Knox because of all those gold coins. See, when I was little and I would go into 7F1, I would just keep hitting the P switch and grab as many coins as I could in the 200 seconds.
I checked my sanity. It doesn't make sense.
Well, in a race, you're going to see runners maybe grab a few coins, but yeah, you're not going to see runners grab coins after unless they are low on lives and they need to get a few extra.
All right, let's go ahead and see what World 6-8 has. We end up with the other one we can try to clip. A little harder when you end up having a tail enclosed, but let's see if amourietta can go ahead and do this, because this is a whole lot faster than actually going through this level. Come on. You can do it.
7-1 is definitely a long level as well as 7-6. So getting through that clip, yeah, much faster, but a lot harder to do when you have that raccoon tail, or in this case, the tanuki suit tail. The timing is a little bit more finicky. It looks like Amourietta just says no more.
Well, Amourietta's what Amourietta's going to do right now is take the death at this point. We'll see if Amourietta decides to come in here with just like a mushroom or a fire flower instead. And yeah, that looks like what we were going to do is actually no, we're going to cloud it. What are we going to do here now? Well, we're going to go ahead and load up a fire flower and get 8-2.
Oh, not the best choice there for Amourietta, but she's going to go ahead and take the quicksand, or some people like to call it the quicksand of shame. But let me tell you, in Amorietta's situation, there's no shame in taking the quicksand, because if she messes up, she loses all that progress. We'll go ahead to the left pipe where you find a power-up. The pipe on the right has a bunch of coins, and it gets another fire flower. Somehow I was able to skip it. Wow, nice jump.
It didn't really matter if she skipped it or not, but here seriously is what we would end up having. Oh, just barely made the jump, yeah. If you go at that from the edge, you're able to make that jump. I was kind of afraid that she may have jumped a little too soon, but ended up making it perfectly fine. So, if she ended up taking the death, ooh, a F1, the other door maze.
Yep, this is 4 days.
Yeah, if she ended up taking the death, she would end up having to redo 7-1, and well, you'd also be out the cloud at that point.
Correct. So, Fort 8 for Amourietta, which some people don't like, but believe me, I would take Fort 8 over 7F2 any day of the week.
Anybody would take this over 7F2.
Amourietta will not be able to get to the door on time, but will be able to get the coin, so she can get to that P-switch instantly, and she's going to get her fire flower back right here, so she'll be able to get a reasonably quick kill on Boom Boom here.
Yeah, so those who are wondering about gokubatfatman, we started off with World 7 in the first levels, ended up not playing very, very nice to gokubatfatman, so sadly took a forfeit here. Wish him better luck in the next go-around.
Absolutely, and Amourietta is now into World 6's airship, which happens to be World 2's airship, and Rick, I just have one thing to say. Let me have it!
I'm groaning in the inside.
Here we go. Let me Koopa. One hit. That's not enough. Ooh, having a little bit of trouble with Lemmy here. Moving all over the place. 2 hits.
There we go. We get a vanilla 3.
Nice fight there for Amourietta, and she is done with World 6. Next up is going to be World 5.
So World 5 pretty much is going to be set up. We will get on over towards the top, and we'll see Amourietta break open the lock to skip the 3 stages over on the right-hand side.
Yes, indeed. So, looks like a cat got to the keyboard of the king there. And what do we have for Peach's letter? A Tanuki suit.
But still no hammer suits.
Yeah, we have still not seen a hammer suit, so unless we see one really, really quickly here, Rick, it's looking like that Amourietta will have to take down Bowser traditionally.
Well, maybe with the fire flower, we'll see. 2-5 turns out to be our first level here in World 5.
Yep, that's not a bad level to have to start World 5 here. An end card game. Amourietta doesn't have to play it. Oh, but we have 5-9 now. Or 6-9, rather.
6-8.
6-9. 6-9.
Oh, 6-9.
6-9 here. Again, there's a hidden pipe if you take the bottom path.
It's disgusting no matter what way you go about it. And that was another one where you most likely, if you're playing this, would need to have a frog suit in order to claim that. By the time you get to World 6 and 7, do you really ever have frog suits in your inventory if you're playing this casual?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, I usually always grab the frog suit behind the Mushroom House at World 2 after I used the hammer when I used to play this casually, but I typically wouldn't use the frog suit unless I wanted to try to beat World 3's airship with the frog suit because I always like getting the hidden message. And next up, Morietta's going to try to be all that she can be here in the Army.
That's the Navy, that slogan is.
No, it's the Army.
I thought it was the Navy. Anyway, regardless, just getting back to what you were talking about, did you ever use the hammer in World 3 to take that boat over to the slew of mushroom houses and spade games as a kid playing this game?
I sure did, Rick. That was the thing I always looked forward to when we got to World 3, was me playing the spade game and the mushroom house and get some mushroom behind the Sledgehammer brother to complete the army.
Now we're going to see another Hammer Bro commit seppuku.
Yep, and that will be a music box for Amourietta here, and one more Hammer Brother. She's going to avoid it and take the tower.
So this is one of those that has to be vanilla because of the progression that this level gives you.
That's correct. Sometimes in the second set of flags, this tower won't be required depending on where it's located in the map. But in the first set of flags, this fort will always be required, this tower here. Oh! And Amourietta.
I think that was a missed jump at that point.
That was a misgrab of the vine. She was trying to grab the vine and missed.
Look at all the music boxes that she has.
She has enough CDs in her little stash here that she could perform a few concerts.
Fred should randomize it so that in that World 3 you may need to use the bow to get in the right pipe sometimes. The only problem that exists with that idea is misuse of the hammer, and therefore you could soft lock yourself from being able to beat the game.
Yeah, absolutely right, because there is that thing to consider. Because if you soft lock the game, you don't want to see that happen in a randomizer tournament race. So it's a nice idea, but it's not really practical. That's a slippery vine, that Amourietta. She fell off a couple more times, but is able to get through the tower here with the hammer, skip through all the riffraff, and we come to 6F2. Oh my gosh, you know what that means, Rick?
What?
That means we're not going to see any 6 forts in World 8 for a change. I've been kind of giving it to Proa here a few times that it never fails that we see a World 6 fortress in World 8. We're not going to see it because we've seen all 3 now.
I'm not sad by this development, by the way.
You shouldn't be sad. Here we go with the Boom Boom fight on that platform. We're going to fire him down. Nice kill there for Amourietta.
The tough thing is the ice blocks changing your physics. 5 fireballs, all you need. Look at all those music boxes, though. We get the beta version of 1.5.
Yeah, the less fun version of 1.5. There's no coin heaven, and it's much more difficult than its 1.5 counterpart. But shouldn't be too much of a problem for Amourietta. I say that, and she's down to Small Mario. She's got it, though.
Changing rocks for the hammer locks. Or the locks themselves. That's an interesting idea. I know when Fred was on commentary for me a few days ago, we had a nice spilling of different kind of ideas that we could play in this game here. You guys didn't like when I tried to give him some ideas? What's up with this?
And our final airship is going to be World 5's airship, which happens to be in World 5, right? We're going to try to take down Roy Koopa here with the Tanuki suit, and we'll get a special message out of it if she's successful. 1, 2. That's not enough. How about 3? That's still not enough. 4. 4 hits.
4. Alright, so amourietta is done with World 7, so we come up with World 8, and the game is to find your way to Bowser's Castle. The good old pipe shuffle. It could be as early as can be, or it could be as annoying as can be.
Yes, and yes, everybody's got their commands ready to go because we get to see our Dragon Warrior reference. And if you're a subscriber to NES Cardinality, use the emotes.
So while Tanuki appears, command? What's your command?
I just posted it. Here we are in World 8. We're starting with the tanks level and another beta stage.
Yep, this is kind of a World 7-ish beta. We'll see what Fred puts in this world at some point. He got some nasty ideas when he was on commentary with me a few days ago. This is just swim up to the top and get yourself to the finish.
All right, and I suspect it's the 7.6 beta just simply by the exit pipes, those for that waterfall stage.
That's a whole lot shorter than 7.6 really is.
Yeah, for sure. Amourietta will try for this pipe. Is it the God pipe? Nope.
Yeah, but it could direct you to where we need to go. Could this be the path to the end? No. We're going to use our final hammer now to check to see if this is the path to go. Is it? No. Well, that means this is not the direction we needed to go. We're going to go back over towards the start area, and we're going to go ahead and check a few other things.
Now, World 8 can be a very, very short stage, or it can be a very long stage if you don't pick correctly here. And Amourietta, it looks like she's going to be playing the Navy stage, and it's going to be 4F1.
Trying to keep her raccoon tail intact at this point.
And she's not going to opt for the pipe. Some people would take the pipe because it's a little bit easier to negotiate than all the riffraff here on top. But Amourietta doing a really good job keeping her Tanuki suit intact. Wants that fire flower, but gonna pass.
Yeah, wants the fire flower, not only for Boom Boom, but try to see if she can't hold on to it for the Bowser fight coming up, because you can use that to try to quicken your fight against Bowser, not have to play the have him jump at you and crumble blocks game. We'll see if it pays out. Here we go. Pipe. Is this the pipe we need?
We're about to find out here. Is this the pipe to Bowser's Castle? No!
So the pipe is now in the back half there of World 8. So we kind of have an idea of where we need to go.
And the good news for Amourietta is she will not have to play the hand stages. That bridge not required, but she will have to play this fort.
Maybe. We'll see. It turns out to be the Navy here, so the ship's coming up as our fortress here in World 8.
Oh my goodness! Hitboxes, please! She got royally screwed by that giant cannonball, losing her Tanuki suit. Oh man!
Because if this fort's not the answer, if those two pipes are connected, the answer is going through 8-1 and 8-2.
That is correct. That is the other alternative. So she's going to go ahead, take the pipe that's behind the lock. She's hoping that is the pipe that's going to take her to Bowser's Castle. Because if it's not, got to go through panels 1 and 2.
Yes, it is.
Way out. All right. So Amourietta, Fort 2.
Yep, 2F1. And it turns out that you did have to beat that fort in order to get yourself to where we are right now. The other pipe would have been connected to the pipe that's on the back half of 8-1, 8-2. All right. Thought about maybe checking that block, but the Hotfoot says, nope, you're not checking me.
Speaking of Hotfoots, here's another Hotfoot approaching. It's another one of the random types. There are 2 types of Hotfoots that you might encounter. One that acts just like Boo Diddlies, and 2, the ones that just go in random directions. Those are the very annoying ones that you don't like seeing.
So Amourietta now getting ready to go into Bowser's Castle. Once again, Amourietta having to finish off this run in order to have the win count officially. And with the win, that would put Amourietta at what in the groups?
6-0, and she, I think, would clinch a spot as the highest seed coming out of Group H.
Nice. And obviously the brackets are going to be a different animal because of the whole breaking locks thing is going to be disabled. Hi there.
Ooh, close call there on that hot foot there. And amourietta is going to now, once she gets past these roto discs, these disco waffles, going to try to do the clip here. And she missed the validation 1-up. Reset. Kidding, of course.
That is not a validation 1-up. It's a life insurance policy lock.
Right, I get it. I always joke about that because if you miss doing the clip and you don't get the 1-up, I'm like, nope, run invalidated. I'm only teasing though. Amourietta down the stretch she comes here as she now enters the fight against Bowser. Here we go.
It just means that if you walk into this and you keep grabbing that 1-up, you don't have to worry about a game over as long as you do grab that 1-up. So she just pretty much said no to the life insurance policy. 5 jumps later, Bowser will be down, the princess will be saved, and amourietta will win to go to 6-0 in group.
Yep, now she is ducking down like this because Bowser's hitbox is only his head. So as long as she says duck down, she will not take any damage, but she was a little late on that one, so she'll finish off this fight as Small Mario. One more ground pound, and boom!
Yeah, not much of a major problem there, losing the mushroom there at the very end. As we go ahead, get your GGs into chat for amourietta.
Yep, amourietta did a really good job with this seed. She might tell you that she might be a little bit disappointed with her time, but nonetheless, she goes to 6-0 in Group H, and we're going to be seeing her in the bracket stages, and she's going to be somebody to watch out for, that is for sure.
amourietta finishing with an official SRL time 56-13. GG to amourietta. We'll go ahead and we'll see her talk about this seed.
As soon as we get her here, we'll bring her up to the commentator's booth and we'll try and get an interview with her here.
But this isn't the only SMB3 randomizer we've got. What else we got going on today?
Well, we have plenty of races coming up, including in just a moment. And actually, I think it just started. We have the Fonzoid Jabum double header here. They are doing 2 races, and the other one will be at 4 p.m. my time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, JJ Blue and Great White Hope for their doubleheader, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then Fonzoid going at it again against Jetab, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then rounding out the schedule for this afternoon, we have the Macobra 52 against Jay Coper. That's beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern. We do have amourietta here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, congratulations. You go to 6-0 in Group H. A very solid run once again for you.
Oh, thanks. That was a pretty long seed, especially that first world. It's like every single way I went was the wrong way.
Yeah, that was the tough thing about that World 7 was that the options that you chose just didn't work out for you, and thus it just became a long, long world. I know you probably weren't thrilled with the beginning the way it was, leaving World 7 at what, about 9 minutes?
Yeah, like both World 7 and World 6 can be like 10-minute long worlds if you don't get lucky, so.
We also have gokubatfatman in here with us.
Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yep, Goku, I know this is your first Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer race. This probably wasn't what you were expecting to have happen in your first go-around, but just your first race, things are going to get better for you.
Oh yeah, I can guarantee it.
It's just one of those situations, and you know we have seen that happen a few times already in the tournament. You start at a very difficult level like a World 7 or World 5, not given the easiest paths and not given the best stages to start with, and at that point, you don't really have much items to work with, and unless you get the 80,000 points to play the end card game, it's just very difficult to negotiate sometimes.
Yeah, he got that right. I think the most important thing for me though is I'm not giving up. You know, like I got really messed up, but I'm coming back for sure.
let's just say that is the best thing right there. There's no reason to give up. Just get back on there and just try again. I think some of it, I know it probably was frustration a little bit that maybe we hadn't you rushed a few of those stages, but I think a couple of them you were just going too fast and the conditions allowed you to. I know I catch myself in that trap of this game myself, and those cheaps in 3.8.
Brutal.
The Chiefs in 3.8, the Nanny blooper in 3.5, yeah, they were not cooperating with you this afternoon.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just gotta keep on practicing, and then I'll get the hang of it.
Absolutely, practice makes perfect.
And we know that with each run, it will get better. I mean, I can say for how my first tournament went, I know there's certain people who are playing in their first tournament this go around that seem to be getting better with each race, and I know it's going to happen to you.
For sure.
So, Amourietta, let's ask this question. How did you like your inventory there at the end with, what was that, 7 music boxes?
Yeah, music boxes, and I am a musician, so I guess the game was just trying to compliment me or something, but geez, I don't know.
Yeah, the game knew that you were a musician, so like, hey, here, have all the music boxes in the world after World 7 was done.
Yeah,
all the music boxes in the world, but no hammer suit.
Yeah, we never found one at all.
And I might have gone for the swag frog suit kill, but I didn't have one, so unfortunately, couldn't do it.
Only frog suit we saw was from Goku, and Goku ended up trying to use it for a little bit there. In what world was that, or what level was that?
I can't remember.
He used it on the fort to 6F3.
Oh, 6F3, that's right. And then you got kind of rolled over by that conveyor belt that wouldn't let you move.
Oh yeah, I got stuck. That was crazy.
Death I took in the tower level in World 5, my D-pad seemed to disagree.
You had a yummy input.
I pressed up to climb the vine, and then my controller was like, no, you didn't. You're going to do this again. So, okay.
Man, there's nothing worse than losing a run to a yummy input like that. That's a tough break there, but hey.
The worst kind of death, because it's all the way at the end of the level.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what happened there.
Well, again, if you're going to do something like that, do it when you know you're cruising to victory and you don't have a run there breathing down your neck. So shake that one off. It's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
And with the win, you have now pretty much clinched yourself for the brackets. I know you got, a couple more matches still to go here in
2 more.
The group stage, but what kind of things are you looking forward to in bracket?
Really being up against, a whole different group of people, and also seeing how the runs go with hammers not breaking locks and no end cards. So it's going to kind of change things up a little bit more. So that's going to be exciting.
Oh, is that a new feature? I didn't know that. So there's a way you can have no end card games at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is a new flag that is on the currently updated SMB3 Randomizer, and it is going to be a flag that is in effect during the upcoming bracket. So you are basically playing with what the game gives you in the mushroom houses and in the levels themselves.
Neat.
Yeah.
So you got to play strategically, and this is where resource management is going to come into key, big time.
Yeah, because you're not going to have a whole bunch of items to help, unless you get a bunch of music boxes and stars.
Every single hammer bro wanted to give you a star.
I know, I was losing it midway through the race because you kept getting nothing but stars from those guys.
I did get, a couple of clouds, though. I used them up, and then a few hammers, so...
Yeah, thankfully the End Spade game gave you a bunch of hammers.
I think it was the flower, unless I'm mistaken.
Yes. Right. Yeah, the stars had the music boxes, and the flowers gave you hammers. That is correct.
Yeah, so that was good. I was glad I had one for World 5 and World 1. I didn't have one for World 2, though, so that was kind of long, but... Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my last 2 races in and then moving on, so...
So, any closing thoughts? We'll start with Goku first. Any closing thoughts on this race or what's going to happen in the next go?
I just wanted to say, GG, amourietta. You
Thanks.
did really good. And again, that I just gotta keep on practicing and I'll be back.
Yep.
That's it for me.
And anything from you, amourietta?
I don't know. It was a fun, fun/trolly little bit seed, but yeah, I'm looking forward to more. Thank you guys for commentating and stuff.
Thank you
No
very much.
problem.
Yep. Thank you very much, both of you, for participating in tonight's randomizer race. We wish you both the best of luck in your next upcoming matches.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us here for both of our runners, gokubatfatman, amourietta. I am Adirondack Rick, Lost Cards fan. We got a lot more Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer going on this afternoon and evening here on Speed.
Yep, you better believe it. In progress is the Fonzoid Jabum race. There's going to be a second one coming up as well. Then 50 minutes from now, JJ Blue and Great White Hope, they're going to be starting their 2-pack of races. Then later on, it's going to be Fonzoid again versus Jetab at 5 p.m. my time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. And finally, to wrap things up for tonight, Cobra 52 and J Cobra doing their 2-pack of races starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that will do it for us here on Speed Gaming 2, Rick.
That is right. Laz, you're going to be doing the JJ Blue Great White Hope doubleheader coming up beginning in about 50 minutes from now. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and host the Fonzoid Jetab.
Yep, you better believe it.
Or rather, Fonzoid Jabum that's going on right now over on Speed Gaming 5. So for the crew that's been handling the race in the background, I'm Adirondack Rick.
And I'm LZ Cards Fan 23. Have yourselves a great rest of your Sunday, and we will see you next time. So long, everybody.